Talk, where we discuss your topics that you send in on Twitter using the hashtag Table Talk or on Reddit r/SourceFed. I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Ross Everett.
I am Joe.
Nailed it. I am
get
Joe. Hear me roar.
Let's jump
Right
It's
into
my favorite.
coffee.
It's my favorite new voice that you do. Bully.
Brent at MusicCrazed8 says, what was your first concert and best concert experience?
Those were different.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh,
two
yeah.
questions. This is a
That's a
two for one.
two-fer.
Son of a...
All
right.
Boy.
What was your first one?
My first one was a Blink-182 Sum 41 concert.
Dude, I would have loved
with
that.
my mother.
Would have loved that.
You know.
I'll go to any concert.
She was
with your mother.
like oddly on board with it. We brought like a friend of mine. It
You
should have
guys
been.
got fucked up together.
Well, it was the first time like I ever
wasted.
smelled pot, and I like
and
my
you
mom
just look over and your mom's just like
passing it back. Get this away from me. Get this away from me. No, I mean like San Francisco in the '90s, or no, this was 2001 actually. It was right before
The 90s.
9/11. Yeah, and like I remember like my mom like did like had this like real nostalgic look on her face, and I didn't
You're like,
quite
Mom,
get it.
you want to tell me some stories?
Oh, she's
Mother?
got stories. My
Teach
mom
me
is
back.
a huge
Dude,
Kenny
all
Loggins
parents
fan.
have stories.
Yep.
Don't ever forget that. Your parents were once you, and were probably crazier.
And that's why
the
that's
reason
why
they're
they
so
yeah
suspicious,
exactly.
because they're like, I pulled that shit.
Oh yeah, my dad used to like bust me all the time for like I would sneak out of my room in the middle of the night and he'd just like be there waiting, and I'm like, how did you know? He's like, Ross, like I was you. Like, you
came from my balls.
Escape this.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay.
And keep in mind, if you have younger parents, like I'm a younger parent, I still feel like I'm pretty connected to all my past memories of nostalgia of growing up, even as far as back as kindergarten. Like I feel like I understand what my daughter's going through to a point, of course. And I feel like that is the disadvantage for kids with young parents, is that they still realize what it's like for real, as opposed to those unfortunate kids with like 60-year-old parents, like those ones that have kids real late.
I would always see that and I'd be like, oh, your grandpa's here, and they'd be like, no, that's my dad. And my first thought, and this is terrible, is like, oh, your dad's gonna die away, or like I was like always where it came to. And it's not like my dad was young when he had me. He was 39 when
Oh
he
wow,
had me, which
that's
is
old.
still
Yeah,
old.
that's pretty old.
But yeah, that's right. But it was like one of those things where like I saw kids in middle school whose dads were in their 60s.
Yeah. Well.
The having kids here in LA, Heather and I, when we go to PTA things and whatnot, we are easily the youngest.
Oh yeah, because in LA
hands
people
down.
normally are like pretty career focused in the city, and they waited till they were older.
Good for you on giving up on that whole career thing.
Yeah,
Just
makes me
going
feel
right into,
makes me feel young and beautiful when I go to school.
Oh hey.
You all want this.
So that was your first. What was your best?
My best, well, the one in recent memory, I went to a Bare Naked Ladies Ben Folds Guster concert.
Dude, the Bare Naked Ladies, they
which
put on a
was-
good show.
They
They're
put
cool
on
guys.
a real good show.
They are cool guys.
They are cool
I
guys.
also went to another one that stands out was in high school. I went to a Cake
love
Gomez
Cake.
concert.
I
It
love
was
Cake.
so good.
Cake is so good. You guys go listen to Cake and watch the Distance video.
Yeah.
amazing.
What was it? Fashion Nugget is one of my favorite albums.
So good.
of
His
all time.
voice, I love his like singing voice.
Yeah.
They utilize the trumpet like nobody else. It's so good.
They
really good.
actually, it was like in the era of ska when everybody was using brass, but they did it in a way that was like much more
It was like
evergreen.
a spoken word alternative. It's really
he has
cool.
such a cool voice.
He does.
Really does.
I mean, like, he did this weird, like, that, bah, wah, 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 I'm doing
The
a
vibra
terrible-
slap?
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, the lead
Love the
singer
vibra slap.
really is one of those lead singers where he doesn't play any of their instruments, but at one point he just took out the vibra slap and just went and held it up over the audience.
Just
and people went nuts for the vibra slap. I didn't know that was like their big instrument.
Everybody goes nuts for the vibra slap. Did you guys when you're starting to do music and when you were younger, like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, you had to do like half an hour of music during the week? Did you guys have like you'd learn to play xylophones,
Yep.
like the bass? The two things that our class fought over all the time were the bass xylophone, so it was the biggest one,
Yeah.
and there's all the smaller ones, and the vibra slap. If you got the vibra slap, it was like, yeah.
We also the fish with the stick. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It ain't no vibra slap.
That's where I learned how to
Temple
hand bone.
locks.
Do you guys know how to hand bone?
Feels like I just mastered it.
Yeah, you just got it. That's what it is. You're smart. Very smart. She's like, Ross.
I'm like, fuck your coffee. I'm gonna get my coffee. No, the temple blocks were the prime real estate.
The square.
They're like little blue, they make like these cool
I bet. Do you think now the cowbell is like the most popular? Like kids are like, gotta
yeah.
have more cowbell. They're all doing
They have
bad
no idea.
Chris Walken impressions.
You know what sucks for what you just said?
Huh.
The kids today don't know.
They
what
don't
you're
know.
talking
Yeah,
about.
they have no idea.
No,
Are you
way.
kidding me? Their
You're
shirts,
getting
it's like
older.
ingrained
You're
in pop
getting
culture.
older, Ross.
Am I?
What was your first
dying.
and
Who's your
best?
what's
My
your favorite
first-
SNL class? Oh, like Chris Parnell.
You'd be surprised. My first, dude.
Not to shit on Chris Parnell.
Let me know in the comments down below, our high schooler aged people. One, do you get the cowbell reference?
They
Two,
definitely
I
don't.
know that Andy Samberg is your favorite SNL person ever. I'm telling you, they're gonna tell you. And you're gonna feel
I'm
old.
okay with that. I like Andy Samberg, but like Adam Sandler is my Andy Samberg.
He's dying. Okay, so my first concert ever was Weird Al. Thank God.
Wow. You guys have way cooler
He
concerts
played at
than me.
Missoula, Montana. It was just in an auditorium. It was like a sitting concert and stuff. But he doesn't put on a concert. He puts on a show.
Oh,
Have you guys
so
ever seen
cool.
him? It's amazing. He does all of his classics and they're all these big production numbers. He did one of his Christmas songs and there was bubble snow coming down.
Oh.
Like a virgin, his like fat stagehand comes on with cones and stuff.
That's so cool. Actually,
it's
I need
so
to
good.
revise my answer. The Tenacious D concert was exactly like that.
Oh, really?
They did. Well, did you ever see their movie?
Yeah.
So they did like an augmented plot of their movie on stage.
Aww.
Amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
And they did old songs. But anyway, go back to your thing.
So yeah, I went to that with my friend Andrew and my other friend John, and
That sounds fake.
makes super sense because we grew up loving. I didn't listen to anything but Weird Al till 5th grade, 6th grade, and then I found other music.
Did you ever rent that? You shouldn't have. You ruined yourself. But did you ever find that VHS tape that was like Weird Al's greatest hits, and it was all of his music videos? I
No,
wore out
I
that
wish.
tape.
Oh, man.
It was like Fat. I Love Rocky Road was on
So
there.
good. Weird
Smells
Al was
Like
doing
Nirvana.
YouTube level shit before anybody else.
Oh, it's
absolutely.
brilliant.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that makes sense that I want them because they were the best men in my wedding, and I love you guys.
Oh.
And then my favorite concert ever was a collection, and it was Sasquatch Festival up in the Northwest at the Gorge in George Washington. They have like
wow.
6 stages going. It's a beautiful vista. I saw
Wait, what state is this in?
Washington.
Okay, so that's where Dave Matthews does his like
Yes.
big. Okay.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's the best concert venue in America. Red Rocks people will disagree, but it's you have to go. Who did I see there? I saw freaking Modest Mouse. I saw Death Cab. I saw REM, The Cure. I left before I got to see Flight of the Conchords.
Whoa,
which
was
too
this like
bad.
before
Flaming
they-
Lips were there. I missed that one too, but saw so many different. Saw Presence in the United States of America.
That's a
live.
good. That's a good
It
lineup.
was so good. MIA was there, and that was weird.
What
it
are your
was cool.
thoughts on festivals versus like just like
Festivals,
yeah.
hands down. Festivals are the shit.
The hard thing for me about festivals is you miss so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You miss
I have
stuff, but
total
you
FOMO.
see so
Yeah,
much
you
too.
see so much.
Because like Festival Supreme just happened in Santa Monica 2 months ago. Whatever this is.
This week.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Oh, so like and like there's comedians, there's music, and I couldn't see everything I wanted to see, and like I got to see a lot, for sure.
But you just felt bad anyway.
I wanted to see everything, and it's like, listen, if this could have been a 2-day thing and they just have one stage, I would have enjoyed it even
Festivals
more
are
so.
the best. You're walking around, meeting people, and then after you're done watching for the night, you go to like the campsite, and everybody just plays guitar around fires and gets drunk. It's great.
But you guys have way cooler concerts. My first concert was a Japanese band called Dual Jewel.
I love them. I thought that they were better than Jewel.
Cool Jewel.
Wait, was it Dual Jewel? Or?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what they're
yeah.
But they were a spinoff from Pool Fool.
Oh, okay. You know, Pool Fool had some good stuff, so I'm happy that there was a spin-off there.
They were at an anime convention.
Did
Nerdy.
you know their
You
songs?
got nerd guilt right now.
So bad.
And it's so
Nerd guilt.
weird that this is
I
what you
was
have
so
nerd guilt
excited.
about.
Your
There's so
face
many
is
as
other
red
things.
as your hair right now.
Man,
Look
I
at
was
your
so.
nerd guilt.
I remember so excited. I was front row. I was very.
But
excited.
it doesn't matter what show it is. If you know their songs,
Right.
it is automatically
Well, that's
better.
like my favorite show ever was I just saw The Deer Hunter, and I know every song. And I was like talking to the lead singer, and he's like, "Dude, you sang every single song." And I'm like, "I know, 'cause I know all of them." And I was in the third row, like in the middle, just Just a nerd and a half.
So Deer Hunter was your favorite?
Yeah, my favorite.
And then,
Dual Jewel was my first.
My favorite moment at a concert ever was at a Foo Fighters concert. It was in Spokane, Washington. They did it in a just like this concrete room at a convention center, so it wasn't like a big stage or anything. It was super intimate and small and sweaty and packed. I was like getting my chest was getting squished on that front rail from the crowds. And then at the end, they took out their picks and they threw one out. And I just keyed on one and I just watched it. Like 8 of them went out and everybody went crazy except for this one that just went boom, landed right at my feet. Nobody saw it. I just got to casually pick it up and I got it framed on my wall.
Oh, that's awesome!
So cool. Foo Fighters rock it so hard.
Oh, I'm sure I love Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl is so good. He's a drummer for like every Tenacious D album. He's just in everything. It's amazing.
I'd have to say my favorite concert moment, Michael Bublé puts on
bet.
hell of a show.
I'm so
and
jealous.
he is dirty. He's a dirty man.
Really?
He's
So is John Mayer.
filthy.
John Mayer's pretty filthy too.
Filthy.
If anybody gets the chance to go see the Beatles Reign, it's a show put on like by these like impersonators. I felt like I was at a Beatles concert,
cool.
and I was moved. I'm a huge Beatles fan, and that was the be all end all for me.
At LOA Winchester says, you had a slumber party with the SF team and the cops show up. Why?
Well, we probably set something on fire.
Oh, really?
Maybe that. I don't think we're the most rambunctious gang, but I know what happened. We all got a little bit in us, except for Steve, because he doesn't drink.
He didn't do that.
And but Steve is still the life of the party till 4 in the morning. It doesn't matter. He'll go, and it's crazy. It blows my mind.
I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, he's the epitome of just life of the party. But we're all blah blah. But we also like to laugh, so we're like, Steve, do your prank calls, and then Steve starts doing prank calls on speakerphone, and we go through the night and we just keep getting bolder and bolder, and then he starts pranking 911. Things get out of hand. They show up. They figure out we're all 25 to 30 years old. They don't arrest us. They're just disappointed.
Yeah, it's sad enough.
Well,
We're
you
just gonna let
forgot to
this
mention
go.
that also Trisha was going to bake some snacks for us throughout the night, and we all got so caught up in the prank calls that she forgot that she left something in the oven.
That would never happen with Trisha. Maybe with me, but I'd be like, oh, son of a bitch. But Trisha would be like, excuse me, I have 17 seconds to get to the oven.
And then there's that guy that we killed for his clothes. But then, whatever.
Wait, do you guys...
The cops didn't find him.
Nope.
Ross wasn't here for this, but Joe, do you remember when we talked about Lee's dream where we killed a guy? All together. Lee had a dream once that we killed a guy, and all the SourceFed
very
hosts did it
detailed,
together. Yes. And then Steve was
the weak link.
Steve was the weak link, and he
I've
was
heard
gonna
about
totally
this.
confess. And then we were talking about like,
We had
oh
to
yeah,
kill him.
Steve, you would be the weak link. And Steve, like, even during the discussion of the hypothetical situation, got so uncomfortable. He's like, guys, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to. Don't. If you guys kill somebody, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I'll tell.
Because
You
I'm gonna
guys
tell
can-
everybody. Like, he got so upset.
Yeah, I don't think it would get much crazier than that.
We have to kill Steve.
We're not nuts. We're not jackass level nuts yet.
We should play medicine ball dodgeball in the dark.
Oh, I did that as a kid.
Oh my God!
It's so dangerous.
That's so deep. That's a thing from
Jackass.
Yeah.
That looked like that's the equivalent of that whole. Oh, there's a bunch of mousetraps on the floor in this dark room. Crawl around on your hands and knees.
We played hide and seek in the dark, like dodgeball, in my friend's basement. Andrew, second name drop for you, for one of his birthdays, and it was pitch black, and you'd hear like a ha 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 ha, and then all of a sudden we hear a boom, just a massive, and then we hear a we turn on the light. My friend's face is busted straight open, just bleeding
Oh,
everywhere.
no.
He was running full speed and he tripped and fell straight into the wall.
Oh, no.
Mom comes down. What are you guys doing? He goes to the hospital. Best birthday ever.
Oh my God, that's great. So I had a friend. We went mini golfing, and I guess one of us missed a putt. And my friend Graham was like, oh, you suck, you missed a putt, as he's bending over to pick up his ball.
Oh, no.
No,
And then
no.
I don't know how this happened, but he steps on the I can't even say it. He steps on the ball he was trying to pick up, slips and goes head first into a fake rock. It was like instant karma. He's like, you idiot, you missed a slip. And like he's just like out on the ground. I don't know how you step on a golf ball that you're trying to pick up.
Yeah, what horrible death.
Like,
That's like everybody has one of those stories that makes them laugh like that. Like I saw a girl opening a door and then she sneezed and hit her face on the top.
That's pretty good too.
That's
And
incredible.
that's like if I ever need to like, if I'm ever in a bad mood, I'm like, remember that time Shelby?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's so good.
That's funny.
I did that actually when we were taking a test and I was the first person to finish, so I put my head down and then I knew I was gonna sneeze, so I put my head up but not far enough and I smacked my head.
You guys, let us know if you have any of those moments. Explain it to
Have you
us down in the
sneezed
comments.
into anything?
Sneezed into anything, had a friend like slip and go head first into something. Hopefully they're okay. But
funny.
there's nothing better than unintentional physical comedy in the real world.
Yeah, especially
That's-
when it's your friends and you can all laugh
Oh
about it.
yeah.
It's the best.
Oh yeah. Same guy tripped up going up the stairs, went head first into a door.
I love it! Guys, thank you so much. Don't forget you can send in your topics using the hashtag Table Talk on Twitter or on Reddit r/SourceFed. I'm Meg Turner.
I'm Ross Everett.
I am Joe. Bye-bye.
We'll see you.
We should have your
Some
name
other
card
time.
just say Joe.
Just Joe.
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 This mug has been peeling. I don't know what it was painted with, but like
Lead.
clearly.
Skin flakes.
I don't know, it's going
Looks
in
like
my
someone's
coffee.
skin.
I'm sorry to who's ever.
And that
It's
was the lamest outro you've ever had.
I felt like you needed to know that this bear is going away.
It's a bear?
It's not a bear, it's a
It's a bear.
dinosaur.
Oh my god, this dinosaur is so ruined it looks like a bear.